Have you ever found yourself stuck in a cycle, wishing for change but not knowing where to start? Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges or trapped by the stories you've been telling yourself for years. What if I told you that making just a few simple life changes could completely transform the way you see yourself and the world around you? In this video, I'm going to share 25 life-changing tips that help me reinvent my life, overcome my fears, and find true inner peace. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're practical steps that anyone, regardless of age or situation, can apply to create lasting change. Whether you're in the midst of a difficult time or just seeking personal growth, these tips will help you reconnect with your true self and unlock the life you've always wanted. If you've ever felt stuck, unsure of how to move forward, or constantly battling your inner critic, this video is for you. By the end, you'll have the tools to rewire your mindset, break free from the past, and start building the future you deserve. Stick around until the end, because the last tip is the one that changed everything for me, and it could be the turning point for you too. Let's dive in and start this journey together. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing them. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Learn to value yourself. Learning to truly value yourself is one of the most profound journeys you can embark on in life. It's about developing a deep curiosity for who you are, your thoughts, your emotions, your past experiences, and the stories you tell yourself every single day. For too long, we might have let these stories define us. Stories of doubt, of limitations, of not being enough. But here's the thing. Those stories are not your truth unless you let them be. They were once written based on past wounds, fears, or the influence of others. But they don't have to govern your present or your future. The real magic begins when you take the time to reflect on these narratives. Get curious. Ask yourself, why do I believe these things? Who told me I couldn't succeed or be loved as I am? Allow yourself the grace to unearth the stories that no longer serve you. Some may even surprise you, lingering there quietly in the background, shaping your every move without your conscious permission. It's time to rewrite them, with love and compassion for yourself, to transform your internal script into one that supports your highest potential. When you learn to value yourself, you begin to see the strength within you, the wisdom you've gained through life's ups and downs, and the power to create new possibilities. It's not easy, and it's not a quick fix. It's a lifelong process of healing, self-acceptance, and, most importantly, self-love. But once you begin this journey, you'll realize how freeing it is. You'll finally understand that the most important relationship in your life is the one you have with yourself. The better you get at valuing and loving yourself, the more you'll find that the world around you starts reflecting that love and respect back to you. And that's where real transformation begins. 2. Change your self-talk. Changing your self-talk is one of the most profound and transformative steps you can take in your journey toward personal growth. It's incredibly easy to fall into the trap of negative self-talk, where the voice in your head tells you that you're not good enough, that you can't do something, or that you're doomed to fail. But this kind of thinking is not only damaging, but it's also misleading. The truth is that your mind is a powerful tool, and it will reflect whatever you allow it to believe. If you fill it with negativity, doubt, and criticism, that's what you'll experience. But if you begin to replace those thoughts with positive, empowering affirmations, something truly magical happens. Start by gently shifting your inner dialogue. Instead of telling yourself, I can't do this, or I'm not capable, replace it with, I am more than capable of overcoming challenges, or I am constantly growing and learning. These affirmations may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to the old patterns of self-doubt. But trust me, this is where the magic lies, in the discomfort. You are teaching yourself to believe in your strength, your potential, and your ability to rise above whatever life throws your way. Over time, this new way of thinking will not only become second nature, but it will also start to shape your reality. You have the power to teach yourself new behaviors and beliefs. No matter how old you are or what you've been through, it's never too late to rewrite the story you tell yourself. It's about understanding that your past doesn't define you. It's the choices you make today and the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind that shape your future. So, start small. Begin with one positive affirmation, then add another. Slowly, you'll notice a shift, a quiet but powerful transformation in how you see yourself and the world around you. And that, in turn, will lead you to a life filled with more confidence, peace, and unshakable belief in yourself. 3. Understand the power of I am. The words we use to define ourselves hold incredible power, especially when we speak the phrase I am. Every time we utter those words, we're not just making a statement. We are consciously shaping the very core of our identity. I am is more than just a phrase. It is a reflection of how we see ourselves, how we think others see us, and ultimately, how we will show up in the world. And yet, so often, we let negative thoughts slip into this powerful statement. We say, I am tired, or I am not good enough, and in doing so, we affirm those beliefs. But we can change that to rewrite our story in a way that empowers us. What follows, I am, is a choice. It is an opportunity to speak positivity, to remind ourselves of our worth, our strengths, and our endless potential. The attributes we choose to place after I am determine not only our mindset but also the energy we bring into our daily lives. I am strong, I am resilient, and I am capable of achieving greatness. These words uplift us, feed our spirit, and push us closer to becoming the person we envision ourselves to be. I've learned that when we choose to speak words of love, strength, and possibility into our lives, we align ourselves with the person we long to become. It's not just about affirming who we are in the present, but also about shaping the future we want to create. Every time we say I am, it is a declaration of belief in our potential to grow, overcome, and achieve more than we ever thought possible. So, choose your words wisely, for they are the foundation upon which your life is built. 4. Create an alter ego. Imagine the person you dream of becoming, the version of yourself that embodies all the qualities you admire and aspire to. Perhaps it's someone brave, someone who lives life with passion and authenticity, or someone who has achieved peace and confidence. Take a moment to envision this person. How they speak, how they move through the world, how they respond to challenges. This is the person you deserve to be, and the beautiful thing is that you can take small, powerful steps toward becoming them every single day. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Whether it's practicing self-discipline, learning something new, or embracing vulnerability, every action is a step closer to the life you've always wanted. Don't let fear or doubt stop you. The power to transform is within you, and each choice you make, no matter how small, is a reflection of your commitment to becoming the person you've always dreamed of being. Your alter ego isn't some far-off dream. It's a reality waiting to be manifested, one thoughtful step at a time. 5. Celebrate your accomplishments. Take the time to truly celebrate your accomplishments, big or small. No matter how insignificant a moment may seem, take pride in it. Celebrate each victory, even if it's just getting out of bed on a difficult day or finishing a small task. These little victories are the building blocks of a positive mindset, and each one deserves recognition. Acknowledging your achievements helps you cultivate an atmosphere of positivity, no matter how tough life gets. In a world that often focuses on what we lack or haven't done, it's important to redirect that energy to appreciate how far we've come. Life is hard enough without constantly berating ourselves for what we haven't achieved. Instead, honor your journey, because every step forward, even if small, is a reflection of your resilience. Celebrate not just your major milestones, but the quiet victories that make you stronger. Doing so doesn't just lift your spirits, It transforms your mindset and sets the tone for a future full of possibilities. 6. Rewire your brain. Rewiring your brain is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward transforming your life. It's not just about changing your thoughts, but reshaping the very foundation of your subconscious mind, which drives most of your actions and reactions. Imagine being able to quiet the negative, limiting beliefs that have been holding you back for so long, replacing them with empowering thoughts and beliefs that push you forward into growth. This shift isn't easy, but it is profoundly liberating. One of the most transformative practices for rewiring the brain is hypnosis. Many might dismiss it, but the truth is that hypnosis isn't some magic trick. It's a deeply effective tool that allows you to access your subconscious mind in a way that traditional methods can't. It's as if you're opening a door to a whole new world of possibilities that were previously hidden from your awareness. Self-hypnosis, too, offers you the power to take control of your mind, to gently guide yourself into a state where positive changes can be planted and nurtured. Relaxation meditation, on the other hand, is a practice that brings peace, stillness, and mindfulness. It allows you to quiet the noise of the world and tune into your inner self, opening the path to change from within. When you sit with yourself in meditation, you create space for deep healing. You can shed the layers of stress and doubt that have accumulated over time, creating a fresh, open mind ready to embrace new opportunities. The beauty of these practices is that they give you the ability to change your mental landscape, heal old wounds, and step into a life that feels more aligned with your true self. I believe that rewiring the brain is a journey that requires patience and dedication. The results may not be instant, but every step you take, every moment you invest in these practices, brings you closer to a version of yourself that is more confident, more resilient, and more aligned with your deepest desires. It's not about perfection, but about progress, and that's where the real transformation happens. 7. Stop focusing on what others think. One of the most freeing and empowering steps you can take in life is to stop focusing on what others think of you. We live in a world that constantly feeds us the illusion that we must seek validation from others, and that our worth is somehow tied to their approval. But in reality, this only keeps us trapped in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. The truth is, no one else's opinion holds the key to your happiness or your worth. Only you do. When we stop comparing ourselves to others, we free ourselves from the suffocating weight of constant comparison. It's easy to look at someone else's life, their success, and their relationships, and feel like we're falling short. But what we forget is that we are all on our unique journeys, shaped by our own experiences, challenges, and victories. The more we chase after the approval of others, the more we lose sight of who we truly are and what makes us special. Releasing the need for approval is a powerful act of self-love. It means choosing to honor your truth, even if it doesn't fit the mold others expect from you. It means being brave enough to show up as your authentic self, without fearing judgment or rejection. And let me tell you, when you start living from this place of self-acceptance, you begin to feel peace and joy that nothing external can take away. In my own life, I've come to realize that the opinions of others, no matter how well-meaning, simply do not define me. The moment I stopped seeking constant validation, I started embracing my true self, flaws and all. There is something incredibly freeing about shedding the heavy burden of comparison. It's like you've been holding your breath for years, and finally, you can exhale and just be. So, let go of the need to please everyone. Embrace your uniqueness, your strengths, and your imperfections, because that's where your true power lies. 8. Practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness is one of the most powerful ways to connect with yourself and create the life you truly desire. It's more than just a simple technique. It's a profound journey of self-discovery and growth. When you immerse yourself in mindfulness, whether by taking a class or incorporating small practices into your day, you open up to a world of possibility within yourself. This practice allows you to step back from the chaos of daily life and observe your thoughts and emotions with clarity and without judgment. Through mindfulness, you begin to understand the subtle patterns of your mind, your desires, and your fears. I truly believe that by dedicating time to mindfulness, you can cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and self-awareness. It provides the space to reflect on your values, goals, and the person you wish to become. I've found that when we embrace mindfulness, we stop being reactive to life's challenges and instead become more present, more intentional, and more aligned with our true selves. It's like permitting yourself to just be, not as the person others want you to be, but as the person you've always longed to be. When you practice mindfulness, it's not about achieving perfection or constantly striving to be someone you're not. It's about embracing yourself, flaws and all, and growing with compassion and understanding toward who you're meant to be. It's a quiet, yet powerful transformation that happens from within. 9. Do one thing you've been putting off. There's something incredibly powerful about taking the first step toward something you've been putting off for far too long. We all have that one thing, whether it's something as necessary as a doctor's appointment that you've delayed or perhaps a dream trip that's been on your bucket list for years but hasn't come to fruition. Procrastination can be a silent killer of dreams and health, and yet, it often feels so comforting to push things aside. But here's the truth. Life doesn't wait for us to feel ready. It's easy to tell ourselves that we'll get to it tomorrow, or that there will be more time later, but that's rarely the case. Time slips away before we realize it. I've learned, through my own experience, that facing that one thing you've been avoiding can feel like a weight lifting off your shoulders. It's not always easy. Sometimes, there's fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of what might happen, or simply the fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. But that moment when you take action, when you finally do what you've been putting off, it's like a moment of freedom. It's empowering. It's the start of something new, something that reminds you of your agency and your ability to take control of your life. Whether it's booking that long-desired vacation or finally addressing your health needs, doing what you've been avoiding brings with it a profound sense of accomplishment. Don't wait for perfect timing, because it rarely comes. Take the plunge. It's time to honor yourself by taking action and embracing the peace that comes with it. 10. Travel solo. Traveling solo is one of the most liberating and enriching experiences you can give yourself. It's not just about going from one place to another, it's about embarking on a deeply personal journey of self-discovery. When you travel alone, you open yourself up to new people, new perspectives, and experiences that you might never have encountered if you were with others. There's something incredibly empowering about stepping into the unknown, navigating unfamiliar places, and realizing that you have the strength and independence to handle whatever comes your way. Every moment spent on your own, whether it's exploring a vibrant city or sitting in a quiet cafe watching the world pass by, becomes a testament to your courage. You begin to connect not only with the world around you but also with yourself in ways that you may have never imagined. You learn to listen to your thoughts, trust your instincts, and appreciate solitude as a beautiful form of freedom. Traveling solo teaches you the importance of relying on your resourcefulness, and it opens your heart to the beauty of the unexpected. It's an eye-opening experience that transforms you, showing you just how strong and capable you truly are. In my own experience, I found that solo travel creates space for personal reflection, for exploring new facets of my character, and for appreciating the beauty of independence. The world suddenly feels like a vast playground of opportunities, and there's nothing more satisfying than knowing you're the one making it all happen. The joy of meeting new people, finding new places that resonate with your soul, and experiencing life on your terms is something that fills you with a sense of wonder that stays with you long after the journey is over. So, take the plunge, travel solo. You won't just discover new places, you'll discover a whole new version of yourself. 11. Make a list of what you're avoiding. Making a list of the things you're avoiding can be a transformative and eye-opening experience. It's not just about writing down tasks or responsibilities that you haven't been able to tackle, but about facing the fears that hold you back. When we avoid something, it's often because we're scared of the outcome, the uncertainty, or the discomfort that may come with confronting it. Whether it's a difficult conversation with a loved one, a project that feels too overwhelming, or an emotion that we fear will overwhelm us, Avoidance keeps us trapped in a cycle of inaction and self-doubt. But here's the truth. Confronting what we avoid can be one of the most liberating actions we take. It's in these moments of discomfort that we grow the most. When you allow yourself to face your fears head-on, you realize that the power they have over you diminishes. There's an immense sense of freedom that comes with knowing you no longer shy away from life's challenges. This isn't just about getting things done. It's about stepping into your power, finding strength where you thought you had none, and embracing growth in its purest form. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. I believe that the hardest battles we face are often the ones within ourselves, the ones that require us to take a long, hard look at what we've been avoiding. And yes, it can be terrifying. But there is a profound sense of achievement and peace that arises from facing those fears. Life is too short to live in the shadows of avoidance. When we finally gather the courage to act, the rewards are immeasurable, often transforming us in ways we didn't think were possible. 12. Identify what you're tolerating. It's essential to take a step back and truly reflect on the things you're tolerating in your life, even when it feels uncomfortable or painful. Too often, we ignore the subtle signs that we're letting situations, people, or behaviors drain our energy and peace of mind. Pay attention to those moments when frustration or resentment starts to bubble up inside you, as these are key indicators of something deeper. Those negative emotions aren't just random feelings. They are your inner self trying to get your attention, to remind you that something isn't right. When we ignore these feelings, we give them power, and we risk allowing toxic patterns to persist in our lives. It takes courage to identify what you're tolerating, especially when it means confronting things that have been there for a long time. But once you become aware of these triggers, you have the power to choose a different path. Choose to stop tolerating the things that bring you down. This is your life, your emotional well-being, and your happiness that's at stake. Decide to no longer accept situations that leave you feeling diminished or unappreciated. You deserve peace, you deserve joy, and you deserve to live in a way that feels aligned with who you truly are. Let go of the weight you've been carrying for far too long, and choose to create space for what truly nourishes your soul. 13. Write down things you don't like about yourself. It might feel uncomfortable, even vulnerable, but confronting the parts of yourself that you feel uneasy with is a powerful act of self-awareness. By acknowledging these aspects, you are not condemning yourself, but rather creating an opportunity for growth and transformation. We all have imperfections, things that we wish we could change or improve. And yet, those things don't define us. They're simply opportunities for evolution. In my own life, I've found that the hardest moments often lead to the most profound change. When I faced my flaws head-on, it wasn't with judgment, but with compassion. I realized that confronting what I don't like about myself is a way to reclaim my power, not a way to punish myself. By identifying these areas, I opened the door to real change, to a future where I could become the best version of myself. It's easy to shy away from our shortcomings, to bury them deep within us, but when we take the time to write them down, we bring them to light. And when we see them clearly, we can begin to heal. It's not an easy journey, but it holds immense value. Growth takes time, and the path isn't always smooth, but it's in the effort, the vulnerability, and the willingness to embrace ourselves fully that we begin to transform. So, don't be afraid to confront what you don't like. It's your first step toward becoming who you are truly meant to be. 14. Face your fears. Facing your fears can be one of the most liberating and transformative experiences in life. It may feel overwhelming at first, but confronting these fears head-on is the only way to truly understand them, strip them of their power, and free yourself from their hold. I believe that fear often thrives in the shadows of our minds, feeding off our uncertainty and doubts. It can feel like a constant weight on your chest, making even the simplest decisions feel like monumental challenges. But once you decide to bring those fears into the light, something powerful happens. You gain clarity and perspective. Start by making a list of the fears that have been holding you back. These could be fears about your health, your relationships, or even your ability to achieve your goals. Let yourself feel the fear fully. Don't run from it, don't judge yourself for it, just let it be there. Then, take a step back and examine each fear individually. Does it have a solid foundation, or is it just a product of your mind running wild with what-if scenarios? Look for evidence that either supports or disproves each fear. Maybe you've faced similar situations before and come out stronger. Or perhaps you'll find that the fear is based on something that hasn't even happened yet, a shadow of a future that may never come to be. This process of examining your fears is not about dismissing them as insignificant. It's about gaining understanding and realizing that you are stronger than you might have thought. As you challenge each fear and confront the stories you've built around them, you'll begin to reclaim your power and confidence. In doing so, you open yourself to the possibility of living without fear dictating your every move. Facing your fears isn't just about overcoming them, it's about learning to trust yourself, recognizing your inner strength, and finding the courage to step forward, even when the path feels uncertain. 15. Choose happiness. Choosing happiness isn't always easy, especially when life throws challenges your way. But it is a powerful decision, one that you can make, even when happiness feels distant or hard to grasp. There are days when it feels like negativity is taking over, when you feel weighed down by worries, regrets, or the demands of others. Yet, in those moments, you have the power to shift your mindset. You can decide to embrace positivity, not because everything around you is perfect, but because you deserve peace, joy, and a sense of fulfillment in your life. Happiness doesn't always come naturally. It's not a feeling that magically appears when everything is right in your world. It's something you can cultivate within yourself, even when the world outside seems bleak. It's in those quieter moments of choice that you can take control. Instead of letting your circumstances define your emotional state, you have the chance to define it yourself. Even if it means pushing through tough times, recognizing the small moments of joy, and finding gratitude in the simplest things. For me, this shift in perspective has been life-changing. Choosing happiness means not waiting for external circumstances to change, but taking the initiative to change my inner world. It's about consciously training my mind to look for the good, even when it's difficult, and allowing myself the grace to feel joy, no matter how small. Life is so much richer when you make the active choice to seek out the light, when you commit to finding happiness every day, even on the days that feel heavy. It's a daily choice, a small rebellion against negativity, and it's one worth making. 16. Let go of the past. Letting go of the past is one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself. It's so easy to become trapped in the weight of memories, regrets, and old wounds. These things, although they once shaped us, can begin to control us in ways that prevent us from moving forward. We hold on to these fragments of our history because they feel familiar, safe, or even because we mistakenly think they define who we are. But the truth is, we are not our past. Our past does not dictate our future. Releasing what no longer serves you is an act of profound self-love and self-respect. It's allowing yourself the grace to stop carrying the burdens that you were never meant to carry forever. Think about all the energy that goes into holding on to past hurts, disappointments, and missed opportunities. That energy could be used for healing, growth, and creating the life you want now. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means making a conscious decision to release the power that the past has over your present. We owe it to ourselves to be free of the chains that bind us to times and people that no longer serve our growth or happiness. It's a journey of reclaiming your power, your peace, and your purpose. Only when we let go can we truly embrace the beauty of what is yet to come. Letting go isn't easy, but it is one of the most important gifts we can give ourselves. It's a quiet revolution, a personal act of courage that opens the door to healing and growth. So, release, forgive, and allow yourself to breathe in the possibility of a brighter future. 17. Clear out toxic elements in your life. Clear out the toxic elements that weigh heavily on your life, and create space for the things that truly nourish and uplift you. This isn't just about physical clutter, but also the emotional, mental, and spiritual weight you carry daily. Let go of relationships with toxic people who drain your energy, those who make you feel small or unworthy, and those who perpetuate negativity in your life. These individuals often bring more harm than good, and their presence, however familiar, can stifle your growth and happiness. Protect your peace by setting boundaries and choosing to surround yourself with those who truly support and respect you. Equally, take a hard look at the kind of news and media you consume. In a world filled with negativity, it's easy to be swept away by the endless cycle of doom and gloom, leaving you feeling hopeless and overwhelmed. Instead, prioritize sources that inspire you and offer hope, knowledge, and positivity. Your mind is precious. Nurture it with content that enhances your well-being and fosters a sense of empowerment. And then, there's the food you consume, the fuel for your body. It's easy to turn to comfort foods when life feels overwhelming, but these choices can leave you feeling sluggish, depleted, and unwell. Nourish yourself with foods that give you energy, vitality, and joy. The right nutrition isn't just about keeping your body healthy. It's about honoring yourself and giving yourself the love and respect you deserve. Let go of the habits that hold you back, and choose what nourishes you in the deepest, most fulfilling way. You deserve a life free from the burden of toxic elements. It's time to prioritize your well-being and embrace what brings you true happiness. 18. Focus on what you can control. As we journey through life, especially as we grow older, it's easy to become overwhelmed by all the things that seem out of our hands. The unpredictability of life, the complexities of relationships, and the world around us often leave us feeling helpless and powerless. But here's a truth that I have come to deeply believe in. We can only control so much. Focusing on what we can control is one of the most empowering things we can do for ourselves, especially when we feel like we're losing ground. Take a moment, close your eyes, and think about it. What aspects of your life can you control? Your thoughts, your choices, your actions. These are within your power. You can decide how to react to situations, what habits to embrace, and how to approach each day. By creating a list of these things, you start to regain a sense of ownership and peace. When you allow yourself to let go of the things that are beyond your control, whether it's the actions of others, past mistakes, or events that simply aren't in your hands, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and heartache. It's not easy, I know. It requires a certain level of self-awareness, a willingness to accept life's imperfections, and the courage to take a step back. But once you begin to let go of the things that drain your energy and focus on what you can truly influence, life becomes a little lighter. In my experience, this process doesn't just bring relief. It brings a sense of calm, like you're no longer fighting an invisible battle. Instead, you're embracing the power of being present in your own life, making choices that nurture your well-being, and letting go of what doesn't serve you. 19. Know your values. It's incredibly important to understand and embrace your values. Those things that resonate deeply within you, that speak to your soul, and shape the essence of who you are. Life is too short to be distracted by things that don't truly serve your purpose. When you take the time to reflect on your core beliefs and what truly matters to you, you begin to see life through a clearer, more intentional lens. These values become your guiding light, the compass that directs your actions, choices, and relationships. By focusing on what aligns with your values, you begin to live a life that is authentic and meaningful. You're no longer wasting precious energy on pursuits that leave you feeling empty or disconnected. Instead, you invest yourself in the things and people that matter most, and that brings an indescribable sense of fulfillment and peace. I've found that when I honor my values, my world feels more grounded, and my decisions are more aligned with my true self. It's about creating a life that reflects your inner truth, one that fuels your spirit and brings you joy. And when you do that, life takes on a profound beauty that can't be found anywhere else. 20. Let go of perfectionism. Let go of the constant pressure to be perfect. It's easy to get trapped in the pursuit of perfection, thinking that if we can just get everything right, we'll finally be happy, accepted, or fulfilled. But in reality, perfection is an illusion, a never-ending race that leaves us feeling exhausted and never quite good enough. Accepting our imperfections is not a sign of failure. It's a beautiful acknowledgement of our humanity. Every flaw, every mistake, and every moment of vulnerability is a chance to learn, grow, and become more authentically ourselves. When we let go of perfectionism, we open ourselves to the fullness of life, embracing the messy, the unpredictable, and the beautifully imperfect moments that make us who we are. Imperfection doesn't diminish our worth. Instead, it enriches our journey, deepens our connections with others, and allows us to show up as real, imperfect beings. It's through our imperfections that we find strength, compassion, and the courage to face life with grace and resilience. So, let go of the weight of trying to be perfect, and instead, embrace the freedom that comes with accepting your true, wonderful self. Perfection is not the growth path. Imperfection is. And in that, we find our truest beauty. 21. Stop people-pleasing. Stop trying to please everyone around you. It's a never-ending cycle that only drains your energy and leaves you feeling unfulfilled. Life is too precious to waste on constantly seeking the approval of others, especially as you grow older and realize how fleeting time can be. Saying no is not an act of selfishness. It's a profound act of self-love and respect. When you let go of the need to always be liked or accepted, you open the door to living a life that is true to who you are, not one dictated by the expectations of others. Imagine the freedom of waking up each day and making choices that align with your values and desires, not worrying about disappointing someone else. Isn't that the kind of authenticity we all long for? Saying no can feel uncomfortable at first, but it's a boundary that protects your peace and preserves your well-being. And honestly, the people who truly care for you will respect your honesty, while those who don't are meant to stay in your life. As I reflect on this lesson, I wish I had embraced it sooner. I've spent countless moments bending over backward to please others, only to feel empty inside. The truth is, living authentically isn't just about courage, it's about reclaiming your life. It's about permitting yourself to prioritize your own needs and finally breathe without the weight of everyone else's expectations on your shoulders. Stop people-pleasing. Start living for you. Your soul deserves that freedom. 22. Examine your blind spots. Take the time to truly examine your blind spots, those hidden areas in your life where you may unknowingly be holding yourself back. We all have them. Those things we're either too afraid to face or simply can't see because of the way we've been conditioned to think and feel. It's an incredibly humbling experience to acknowledge that we might be limiting ourselves in ways we don't fully understand. That's where a coach, mentor, or therapist can come in, offering a compassionate and insightful perspective. They're not there to judge you, but to help you uncover the truth in ways that might feel uncomfortable at first but are essential for your growth. In working with someone skilled at helping you see beyond your blind spots, you open yourself up to the possibility of breaking free from the patterns that have been keeping you stuck. It takes vulnerability to ask for help, but it's a powerful act of self-love to recognize that you deserve to grow, thrive, and become the best version of yourself. By confronting these areas, you will not only heal but will also uncover strength and resilience that you never realized you had within you. 23. Spend time in silence. Spending time in silence is one of the most profound and rewarding practices you can integrate into your life, especially as you age. Amid the noise and constant activity that surrounds us, it can be incredibly difficult to simply sit still, alone with our thoughts. Yet, this time of stillness holds such incredible power. When we allow ourselves the space to be silent, we are gifted with the opportunity to listen to our inner voice, that quiet, often ignored whisper that holds the key to so much about who we are, who we've been, and who we still have the potential to become. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Silence isn't just about the absence of sound. It's about creating an environment where we can truly hear ourselves, without distractions. It is a sacred moment, a time to reconnect with our soul. For me, there's something deeply healing about allowing my mind to rest and reflect. It's in these quiet moments that I've found clarity and understanding. I've learned things about myself that I could never have discovered in the hustle and bustle of daily life. These quiet, reflective moments have allowed me to shed old fears, habits, and doubts that no longer serve me, and instead, they've opened up a new space for growth and self-acceptance. In our busy world, silence often feels like a luxury, but I believe it's truly a necessity. It offers us the chance to pause, breathe, and truly evaluate where we are on our journey. With each moment of stillness, we uncover more of who we are and what we need to nurture our hearts and minds. Embracing silence is a gift we give ourselves, an act of self-love that leads us deeper into self-discovery and personal peace. 24. Redefine selfishness. Redefine what it means to be selfish. So often, we are taught that putting ourselves first is a selfish act, something that should be avoided at all costs. But in truth, prioritizing our well-being is essential, not just for our peace of mind, but for the people we care about as well. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you are constantly giving without replenishing yourself, you risk burning out, losing your sense of self, and ultimately becoming less capable of offering meaningful support to those around you. Self-care isn't selfish. It's a necessary act of self-preservation. When you take the time to nurture your physical, emotional, and mental health, you are equipping yourself to be present, loving, and effective for others. It is only when we are strong, grounded, and balanced that we can truly show up for the people we love in a way that is genuine and impactful. This understanding has been a transformative one for me. I've learned, through the hard lessons life has taught me, that embracing self-care isn't a luxury, it's a responsibility. It is the foundation that enables us to give our best to those who matter most. By honoring our own needs and permitting ourselves to recharge, we aren't being selfish. We are making the greatest gift we can offer, a healthier, more vibrant version of ourselves. 25. Set non-negotiables. Setting non-negotiables is one of the most powerful acts of self-love and self-respect you can ever do. It's about recognizing the things that are non-negotiable for your happiness, well-being, and peace of mind, and holding on to them with unwavering commitment. Whether it's prioritizing your mental health, maintaining your boundaries with people who don't respect you, or choosing how you spend your time, these are the things you simply won't compromise on. It's so easy to be swayed by the expectations of others, to let fear and judgment dictate your choices. But in the end, when you honor what you truly need, that's when you feel grounded and alive. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're being selfish. It means you're acknowledging your worth and choosing to protect your energy from things and people who drain you. In my experience, living by your non-negotiables brings a deep sense of peace that comes from knowing you're living authentically. Yes, you might face resistance or discomfort from others, but the satisfaction of standing firm in your truth far outweighs any fleeting discomfort. You'll realize that by protecting what's sacred to you, you not only create space for joy and fulfillment, but also cultivate a deeper respect for yourself. When you let go of the need to please others and embrace your boundaries, you begin to live a life that truly reflects your values and desires. This is the path to inner freedom and emotional resilience. As we wrap up today's video, I want you to take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed so far. What have you learned about setting non-negotiables, honoring your boundaries, and protecting your peace? These are the foundational steps toward creating a life that is truly yours, one that's lived with intention and authenticity. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing that stood out to you today that you will bring into your own life? Maybe it's learning to set stronger boundaries, or perhaps it's about living in alignment with your true values. Whatever it is, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and support each other on this journey of personal growth. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content just like this. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.